All right, so today we're just going to be talking about some different AI tools that we've been working with, maybe that we've seen, or some cool things that have helped us with our productivity. Um, I know that you mentioned two that you work with a lot. Uh, Talk about those and then how they help you at work or in your personal life or however you use them.
Right. Yeah, one I work with a lot, the other one not as infrequently, but very helpful. Um, and I just had yesterday was using it again. Um, the first one being Perplexity. So Perplexity has replaced my Google searches. Perplexity AI is the website. If you want to go take a look at it. I know you've used it a lot, Caleb. Uh, and I like it because I can drill down to a question and it produces answers to the question instead of just links to pages that are somewhat related to the question. The second part about it that I really have enjoyed a lot is the ability to produce references that are easily checked. I had a conversation yesterday, day before yesterday, with a gentleman who was using ChatGPT for the same sort of idea, and we were talking about it. Now I know some of the newer models have gotten better, so this may not be as relevant anymore, but he was using just the standard free version, and I was like, oh man, you got to be careful with that. Like, I stopped using ChatGPT for search a long time ago because it'll answer your question. Doesn't matter if it's true, but it'll answer it. Um,
Yeah.
and like when it gives citations, they're very convincing, but it doesn't link anything, or at least I've never gotten into. And so going in and looking at the original document takes a while. Whereas Perplexity, it's right there, it's available within seconds. I can tell you whether that content is actually on that page or not. And ChatGPT will just make up like, yeah, that researcher might exist, but he's in a different field, and that research is non-existent.
Yeah.
Uh, so that is one thing I will say with AI that I still see people mess up, which I thought we'd figured out. But it is that just like with Google, you got to verify the information. Like, Google will give you so and so's blog. Oh, what does so and so know?
Yeah.
With AI, it's the same way. You can use it to find the information, but you got to verify the information. But no, I don't Google anymore. I Perplexity, and it's wonderful, and I love it.
I think more people should be using AI as Google. Did you add the Chrome extension for Perplexity to where you can just press on it when you're in a different tab and get an answer?
Yeah, and then I stopped using it,
Yeah,
and I just have Perplexity open 24/7.
24/7.
It is a tab, um, just because I generally ask follow up questions. So the one off is it doesn't save me any time.
Yeah,
I tried it for a little while.
that makes sense. Yeah,
Hmm.
it was crazy because my dad actually sent me a an article where a lawyer used citation or like
Didn't
used
he get disbarred?
I don't know, but I know he was like one of the lead lawyers on the case and in the whole company.
I'm sorry. Explain the rest. I didn't let you get to the end of that.
No, you're good.
There
So
was a lawyer.
he used previous trials and he used ChatGPT to find the previous trials and they were totally made up. Like none of them actually happened. And
Yeah.
one, that is extremely embarrassing. Two, that's just like, I mean, yeah, he probably should be disbarred because that's not right. You got to
Yeah.
verify
The
everything.
the fact that you would write a brief or whatever it was completely by ChatGPT and not verify any information, yeah, maybe you should get disbarred.
Yeah. And I was sending out some sales emails, which I have some updates that I want to talk to you about, which are
Okay.
pretty cool. But I was sending some sales emails yesterday, and basically I used the deep research version of
Yeah.
GPT and Perplexity because I get three, like you get three pro searches, which includes deep research on Perplexity each day. Um, but I was like, okay, find companies in this industry with this many employees who have this problem and who have like either signed up for a CRM, mention a CRM, whatever. Because if they have a CRM, it's a lot easier to do automation. And I know that they already care about somewhat organizing their data because they want a CRM to do it.
Remind me what a CRM is.
It's a customer relationship management software. So like you put name, email, address, how you connected with that person, when the last time you've reached out to them is, so that way you have like really organized data.
This is like a Salesforce.
Yeah, and like, have you heard of HubSpot? Or my first million
Mm,
always talks about HubSpot. So
I've heard of HubSpot, but I've never seen it.
that's okay. That's not even the most important part. The important part is it was like and then I said, okay, create me personalized emails. It came up with 10. I said, find the top five and then create personalized emails for them. And it was like, hey, I saw you signed up for a CRM recently, blah, 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 blah. And I highlighted it, pressed follow up and said, where's the source? And so that way, like it would show me, and there was three of them where it's like, well, it's not really verifiable if they actually signed up. And I was like, so then why did you do that?
Yep. Yep.
That always
It'll
happens.
give you answers for sure. You'll get answers.
Yeah, I mean, it's annoying, but also eventually you can find what you need to find, whether that's yes, this is true or no, this is not true. You just have to ask it for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that was which one was giving you those answers? Perplexity?
Um, well, I used ChatGPT yesterday. I used
Ah.
Perplexity the last time I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Perplexity gave me the sources, but sometimes I was like, where did you where did you get that from this source?
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Yep.
But either way, I just need to double check every time, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I've definitely got it to where if I'm doing a list, um, so for people who haven't done accounting, 1099 checkups, um, if you've never received or given a 1099, if you're not an employee and you work as a contractor, you do work for somebody and it's over $600, you're supposed to get a 1099, which is just a sheet that says we reported this to the IRS, so you'd better report it on your taxes. Uh, Doing 1099 sucks. You got to find out what kind of company it is and whether it's a corp or a C corp or S corp or whatever. And then, depending on what status they are, it's relevant or not. But Perplexity is great for that. You can put in a list of companies and then ask it. But you got to be real cautious about the way you ask it
Hmm.
and ask it to verify what source it got that information from. You know, is this company C corp, an LLC, or an unknown entity type? Where did you get the information? And then tell me if you don't know. Because if you don't give it the option to say I don't know, sometimes it'll force an answer, one of the other options, which is, I guess, fine as long as you don't need factual information. Uh, Unfortunately, it's not life or death situation. If
Yeah,
you
that's true.
decide they are a corp and they really weren't, and you omit it, it's not great, but it's not terrible.
It's not like
Uh,
going in jail because you had the wrong previous trial citations or something.
yeah, yeah, but I did that recently. I don't know. I probably had 20 vendors, and three of them were um, not bogus links, but it made an assumption based on a reference as the business being a corporation or a business entity, and so I was like, oh, it's a C corp, which was not necessarily the case.
Yeah,
It ended up being unknown, so it wasn't like a blatant, oh no, you're just totally wrong, but it was making assumptions.
yeah, yeah.
But no, that still saved a ton of time, and it's wonderful.
Have you been doing
Uh,
stuff recently?
Say that again.
Have you been doing any sales stuff recently?
No, no, I haven't. I was just actually talking to my coworker about how I need to get back on that. Uh, we've been busy enough that it has not been on my radar. But
Yeah, no, that's
I think we're getting to the point where we're kind of in the season where taxes haven't picked up yet. So I feel like August to November kind of is a good opportunity zone for adding more work.
yeah, that
I
makes
don't know.
I could send you the prompts that I use for, well, either ChatGPT or Perplexity Deep Research.
Oh yeah, sure.
Basically, it's like three separate prompts. It's the find me 10 companies that are whatever this industry, blah blah blah, your target market, which I know that your boss doesn't necessarily want to put a specific target market, and you talk to um, me and X, your coworker, about that when we talked to him a little while ago. But I think that you should, because that's the only way that it's going to work. Like for Perplexity to actually find some companies is if you
Oh right.
are like
Yeah.
this this amount of employees, this industry, like here's their pain point, basically. But
Mm-hmm.
and then the second prompt is find the top five and give me a reason why and why they fit or whatever. And then the
Mm.
last one's like create a personalized email. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually, so I think it's called the Rundown AI. It's a newsletter that I get. I think that's where it's from. But basically, I watched a video and they went through Perplexity Deep Research. And then they also did Grok, which I was like, I didn't know Grok had deep research, but um, it was pretty cool. Like it worked pretty well for them, especially because for theirs, it was like anyone who's done a funding round of like 10 million or more, and like that's super public.
Oh
That's
right.
easy to find.
Yeah.
So if you can
Yep.
find something that's pretty easy to verify, whereas
Mm-hmm.
signing up for a CRM is kind of hard, but like if they mention a
Yeah.
CRM anywhere, that's pretty verifiable. However, whatever. Just find something to
Right.
verify, I guess, or track online.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking about the CRM thing and how it would be difficult
Yeah.
if they didn't have a big website where they mentioned something and they signed up for a CRM. How would you know?
What was cool
Uh,
was yesterday, I did it, obviously, because I've been talking about it. And one of them, it wasn't looking even on the company's website. It was looking on another website called Smart Lead.
mm-hmm.
Okay, it wasn't just CRM. Let me see if I can I'll read you the prompt. So, well, okay, my pain point is too much manual time spent on lead follow-up and client service delivery. And then recent activity, which is what it's trying to search for online, is recently signed up for a CRM to track leads clients, attended a seminar on automation, or joined any groups on business automation, which includes just like talking about automation on their website or being on
Mm-hmm.
sites. So back to, I can't even remember what company it was, but they signed up for Smart Lead and it mentioned them. It was like landscape specialties or something like that.
Mm.
And it wasn't even looking on their website. It went through the internet and found that and was like, well, they care about leads and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, nice. So it was kind of a roundabout way of finding
Yeah.
that they,
Or even if like the amount of detail of an employee of a company goes on a forum, says, I'm working with smart sheets and in my job, or whatever,
yeah,
Salesforce or
yeah,
smart leads, whatever it was. Uh, and it can easily search through all that information to find that kind of a mention.
yeah, yeah. But I would,
The other tool that I've been working with, sorry, what were you going to say?
I was
Was it
just, I
related
would
to?
suggest using deep research. It's really good.
Yeah, I really like deep research. That's the thing that's got me almost paying for Perplexity,
Yeah.
but not quite paying for Perplexity because I'm too cheap. Uh, the other tool I was going to mention was Chat with PDF, which I can't remember if Perplexity now has a feature where you can do that, or if it limits you to the size of the PDF. Chat with PDF just has a little bit better interface, but I used it for some research for like a online course I was taking. And then yesterday we had a client that had a very specific set of problems to solve, and it involved a lot of paperwork.
Mm.
And so I was like, well, here's this tool that I've used before. It's absolutely wonderful. I definitely wouldn't use free versions for client information because they tend to hold on to your data. But being able to put in a PDF and then ask questions like a conversation. What is there anything in this about blah 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 blah? Here's the situation. I'm looking for answers on this. What are the pitfalls? What does this mean? Just being able to have a conversation over a several hundred page PDF instead of me having to read all several hundred pages, or at least 40 of the 300 pages, really saves a lot of time. And it's not like at the end of the day, this project is going to a legal team. So I don't have to be 100% confident that this is exactly how it works, but I can steer them in the right direction. Okay, if you're interested in doing this thing, this is kind of what your documents talk about. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
It's
I
extremely, I mean, it just saves so much time.
yeah, I don't think I've even used it that I don't think I've ever used Chat with PDF, but I need to. I usually just like drop it in to either Perplexity or ChatGPT and be like, "Hey, what is this?" But it's probably not as good as Chat with
It
PDF.
may have gotten better. I know one time I tried to use Perplexity to do that, and it wasn't pulling it the way that I wanted it to. And it was hard to be like, okay, what page did you get this on? Whereas Chat PDF will tell you, here's where I got this reference from, and it'll show you the page while it's answering your question.
Dang, that's really nice. I feel like
It is very handy.
software that solves one specific problem usually is better than software that tries to solve all the problems.
Yeah. Yep.
But, you know,
That's that is my feeling of all the AI space right now. Like everybody is hyped on AI, and I just constantly remember Warren Buffett because somebody asked him at one of the shareholder meetings about innovations for certain companies, and I can't remember if it was software related or otherwise, but Warren Buffett's comment was more or less, we don't usually make more money because of software or because of innovations. The client makes more money because of innovations. But by the time you get done putting in an innovation, all your competition has as well, or will be there very quickly.
yeah,
And so your profit margin on an innovation is not significant,
yeah,
usually because of the innovation, unless you're doing something super creative that nobody else is doing with it. It's overall going to create savings, but it's for the client, not the investor.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I saw an article, I was looking at it yesterday, that said that 95% of AI initiatives are failing, but not because of the software, but because I think it was like people just don't, they're trying to DIY everything themselves, and then everyone else has the same thing, and so it's not really helping them much.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. There certainly is a market for using AI in a polished way in a product. Chat PDF, I'm not going to make it myself. It's too hard. But if you got for $15 and I need it for one client, I'll buy it for the month.
so do you actually pay for it every month?
No, I've just paid for it like on one-off events. So like for going through that coursework, and that course was actually open book, which was the reason that I was doing that. Like I had the book, and at the end it was like, here's an exam, it's open book. Okay, uh, chat PDF, find the exact. There's no reason why I would flip through the whole thing to confirm what I think. Uh,
Oh, that's funny. They're
so
like, how did you finish it in 2 minutes? I was just asking the book itself.
yeah, it was at least a good enough course that they didn't just lift information from the book for their questions.
Yeah, yeah.
But every time that happens, I'm like, why did you do? Why did you do this?
I feel like that's a lot of classes that I took.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes.
One thing that
unfortunately.
I don't know why people don't do more, and I was talking with someone else about this, is keyboard shortcuts. This isn't even AI, but it's like it just made me think of keyboard
Yeah.
shortcuts because chat with PDF is a more polished and better version of Command F. And the amount of people that are like just searching
Hmm.
through stuff, they're just like scrolling through trying to find what they're looking for. I'm like, just Command F, search the word that you're trying to look
Uh-huh.
for.
Yeah.
Ah, man. And other shortcuts and stuff like people don't even use Command C and Command V for copy and paste.
I know.
It's like click, click, click. I'm like, just Command C, Command
Control
V
C,
so
control.
fast.
Yep. Uh-huh.
For Windows users control for
Control. Yeah.
full command.
Control, command, whatever. The
Yes.
one I've also been using way more now is F2 for renaming files.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's the same on Mac, but F2 and then tab down to the next one. Tab, 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 tab. Or
I
shift
I
tab to go
definitely
up.
tabbed whenever I was renaming files, like
Uh-huh.
tab rename, tab rename, because having to like long click or double click
Yeah.
every single time was so annoying. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's
Uh-huh.
so many
Okay.
shortcuts that people don't like.
So I want to know about your last two. Was it make.com? I have it up. Make.com and AI Builder,
Yeah.
AI Website
I
Builder.
actually pulled them
So,
up. So let me see if I can share my screen because let's see here. Wait, let me go to the other one. Okay, so I I use WordPress a lot for websites, and
mhm.
I also I also used an AI website for my AI company, and then I kind of like built it as WordPress. Anyways, the point is AI has been really good at making websites. And so the reason why I'm showing this one is because I logged into WordPress, was like, here's the company that my brother wants to just start and he wants to build a website for. And I gave it, it's like an athletic clothing brand for college and high school students, which was the one we were trying to start like 2 years ago. And we've made some,
Mhm.
then my other brother went to college. And so it kind of just went off from there. But this literally, all I did, can you see this website?
Yeah.
This entire website, which obviously there's just like pictures that it chose, and so he'll probably change some, but the entire thing was made by AI, and it's like pretty good. Um,
Yeah.
I was really impressed.
How long until we can no longer trust the customer reviews on websites?
Oh, I don't know. He's gonna change those. Yeah, these are just totally random, but he's definitely gonna change them. He's probably gonna get some of his friends to wear his stuff
Merch.
and be like, yeah, this is really good. It helped me, drop 30 points in my game, even maybe. Anyways, so the steps that have been taken forward in AI website building is crazy because it probably would have taken me, I'm also not a website developer. It probably would have taken me like 5 hours to
Oh yeah.
get
W-
this.
Uh, and what tool was this?
This was WordPress. Like I had used a different one.
Oh, okay.
There's one called tilda.co, which was the one that I used to help create my website. And then I kind of rebuilt it in WordPress because I'm not a web developer and so I don't know code as well. And so I enjoy the low code stuff better. And so it was more drag and drop. But then I was just opening up a WordPress site for him and for my brother. And it was like, use AI. And I was like, all right, let's try it. Let's see what it does. And it pulled this up. We changed so far like two things. We changed the background photo here and we changed Invictus Hoops because it was like a little longer. We just brought it down. But yeah, I think website building is really cool and it's gotten So good, honestly. It was crazy. So that was one thing I wanted to share
That
is
is cool.
there's a couple of sites. I think there's one called lovable.dev. It's like lovable AI, but it can look at other sites and build them similarly, I believe.
Oh,
So you can like grab a site that you enjoy or like you think looks aesthetically pleasing or whatever, put it in Lovable, and then it will help you recreate the aesthetic and feel of that website, which is, uh, yeah, just AI
that
has
is cool.
gotten crazy. So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. And then so that was the AI websites, and then make.com is where I'm building, which this kind of gets into, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. Um, so I officially got my first client and
Nice.
we built a workflow for this business owner and she asked if I could come in and talk to their executive team about like values around AI because there's so many things. They're in the counseling space and so
Mm,
AI could be kind of dangerous or at least
right.
not privacy friendly for some of the
Hmm.
I have to talk about. So kind of figuring that out. And we built a workflow for her, and I'll show you one piece of the workflow. It's like 8 different steps. So I'm not going to go through all of them because that would take a long time. But basically, it's an onboarding workflow where the employee gets sent automatically a Google form. They fill out the Google form, it creates a bio, then it sends an email to the photographer to schedule a headshot. And then as soon as the photographer sends back an email with the headshot in it, it takes both the bio and the headshot and sends them to the web developer to put on the website. Um, so that saves her a lot of time because she used to do all of that. She used to be
Hmm.
out to everyone, sending the forms, scheduling the different sessions. She had to pay someone to write the bio. Instead, we just used
Oh, right.
ChatGPT with examples from their website so that it could be in the same tone and style. And so I'll show you one part of it that I was working with that developer that I had talked to you about earlier. And basically this part of the process is they fill out the sheet. It determines if it's fully filled out, then it puts it into the make data storage. And then the next part is it's sending it to um, a reminders workflow because if it's not fully filled out, it's going to send
Mm,
4 reminders and then it's going to escalate to the HR manager. So it's going to be,
yeah.
hey, this person was sent 4 reminders. Um, they have not filled out the form. Can you please talk to them? So it was pretty cool. And then also yesterday, a person who's running the networking group that I'm in introed me to 2 different business owners. So I'm going to schedule with them as soon as
Oh,
possible.
nice. Yeah.
I don't know if I told you this or not, but someone else introed me to a person who um, is a Thrivent financial advisor. Have you heard of Thrivent?
Huh.
It's like I think a Christian-based financial uh, company. But my thought was if I work with one of them and like figure out some workflows and some AI automations that they can use, I can literally just take those and put them in and then do the same thing for Edward Jones and then do the same thing for Northwestern Mutual Advisors, stuff like that. So there's been definitely some progress. And to officially say I got my first client is nice because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
too long, too long. That's all right. We're there
That's
now.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's Make.com. And I guess the reason why I want to share it is because there's a free version and you can
Okay.
create workflows and automations.
Hmm.
Obviously, the free version is not quite as
Yeah.
robust as
Right.
other versions, but you should definitely check it out because the other one, N8N, that I talked to you about,
Mm-hmm.
you could install it locally and that would be free, but then you could only use it on that computer.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, if you want to use the cloud, you have to pay 20 bucks a month. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe check out make.com if you're trying to build some.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And you
Yeah, I'll check it out.
guys to reach it. Like I think you can even use Perplexity's API. So you could,
Oh,
I don't know, use Perplexity in some kind of workflow. I know you can use OpenAI, ChatGPT, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
yeah. I'll try that. I'll try to come up with some tasks that I could play around with.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know. Maybe I should start with email something.
that is true. You could start with like categorizing emails for all the stuff that you get. Like this is IT, this is, sales email, this is customer service, this is whatever. I actually
Mm-hmm.
have one more AI tool that I literally just found out about yesterday. It's
The
called,
bonus.
yeah, it's called Hypernote. It's Hyprnote, Hypernote. And basically, so I use this tool called Drafts, and it's just like markdown format. You just open it up, write something down, and it's just like the most basic notes app that you can possibly have. Uh, and I like that because sometimes I just have random thoughts, and so I want to be able to open something and write it down as quickly as possible so that I can go back later and use it. What's nice about Hypernote is not only is it in markdown format, so you can just open it and it's like you just write stuff. You don't have to do any formatting, whatever. You can also record, so it's like voice memos and it will
Oh,
transcribe
okay.
automatically. So that right there, I was like, all right, I'm gonna start trying to use this because I think it's gonna be really cool. And then there's probably more that I haven't even found out about yet, but I just thought instead of using voice memos and drafts, I can just combine it into one, and Hypernote will be some AI version. Oh, and it's local too. So you install
Hmm.
it on your computer, so that way there's not a cloud or anything that, or at least it doesn't go back to the company, so no one really sees your notes. So if you have like API keys, because sometimes I will get an API key and I'm like, I don't know where to save this yet. So I just put it in drafts real quick so that I can use it for whatever workflow I'm working on. And
Yeah.
then I have to go back and put it somewhere. But since it's supposedly private, I can leave it on there a little longer.
Supposedly.
I mean, that's what they say. You never really know, but
Right. Yeah.
that's okay.
Technically, how would you know?
But yeah, you should check it out, especially if you need to take notes fast.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually just reinstituted my carrying a notepad in my back pocket 100% of the time
All right.
because, like, just the opening my phone and opening the notes app is too much work for me to do it. So I just don't do it. But for whatever reason, having a notepad in my pocket, I'll whip it out and write down. And then I can get that out of my brain and not be thinking about it.
Yeah, isn't it David Allen that says your brain is for thinking things, not for remembering them?
Oh, I don't know.
Like
But yeah.
he does GTD, which is like getting things done. I think he wrote that book,
Oh, uh huh. Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. I
But
have that book. I've not finished it.
getting things almost done.
I just gonna say I have not gotten that thing done.
That's fine. Well,
Oops.
do you have any other tools or anything that you've been using?
Nope. Not at the moment.
Cool. I think that was a pretty good podcast, and we'll definitely put all that stuff in the show notes, like everything that we mentioned. So, um, reach out to us at jc.unscripted@gmail.com. Uh, we want to hear different ideas and stuff, and we'll keep posting. That's the podcast.